and you're a total badass. Like, you know,
Okay, yeah, I
yeah,
gotta wait
you
for
got
other
to add
people to
that.
say
You got to
that.
check the box off because that's important. Um,
Okay.
Anybody that's been to not Earth and been off of Earth, I consider a badass. You're the 10th woman to do a spacewalk
Hmm.
in NASA's history, which is incredible. So, first of all, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. I really appreciate it. I'm super jacked for this
Absolutely. Thanks for
conversation.
wearing the shirt.
Oh man,
Space
I've had
shuttle.
this. Listen, I told you, I'm obsessed with like outer space, but more of like a. I'm terrified of it. I'm not like I want to go there. If NASA was like, because I'm in DC, I'm like right down the street from
Yeah,
NASA. They
headquarters
can be
there.
like, hey Corey, you want to go to space where or the moon? Absolutely not, NASA. Not. I'm scared of heights. I would definitely pass out on the way. Um, Not my thing. So I want to live vicariously through you.
Okay.
Uh,
That's what
but
I'm doing through my friends now that are
yeah,
looking.
right. So anyway, I just think it's fascinating. So okay, first off, I noticed you said you got selected in 2000.
Yes.
You didn't even go until 2009.
Right. And that's because so when my class, our group of what our name is the Bugs, was selected in
Wow.
2000, even when we got selected, we were told it would probably be, five-ish, 5 to 6 years before we flew.
What?
And that's because just, there's not a lot of flights, whatever what the manifest was, the flight pace for the space shuttle then. We were starting to fly with our Russian partners on the space station, on the
Right.
Soyuz. So that was opening up some more opportunity. But there really weren't, it's not like we were launching every week with
Right.
six people on board.
All on board. Yeah.
Yeah, and when I started then we were just, we were beginning the build of the International Space Station. And so we all knew coming in that the expectation was 5 to 6 years. I mean, we hoped it would be less, right?
Right. 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 Of course. Yeah.
Yeah, you always do. But in 2003, sadly, we had the Columbia accident,
Mhm.
which then put things out, like 2 to 3 more years. So
Right.
I think the first person to fly from my class was in late 2008. So yeah, 5 to 6 turned into 8 to 10.
Right. Right. And I mean, I can imagine the training and also, first of all, the selection process to become an astronaut. I mean, everybody growing up, I want to be an astronaut or I want to be whatever. Like, how, I feel like you've prepared yourself for a long time up until that point to be selected. So you were probably like ready to rock that day. But like,
I don't know. I think we all think we're ready to rock
right.
that day,
Right.
for sure, in our own minds, how awesome we are. But I felt really well prepared coming in.
Right.
I didn't really think about the the real possibility of even considering applying to be an astronaut
Hmm.
until I had already been working for, I don't know, 8 or 9 years as a NASA engineer at the Kennedy Space Center. And
Really?
and that, I mean, I watched the moon. I'm old enough. I watched the moon landing, have vivid memory of
Oh,
that.
wow.
Yeah. And I think even at 6 or 7, you realize that's a really extraordinary thing, right?
Oh, my God.
But I just kind of grew up thinking this is really cool. That's something other special people get to
That's
do.
literally my thought. Yeah. I'm like, I can
Yeah.
never, astronaut?
Yeah. I
Forget
mean,
about
nobody
it.
told me I couldn't do it. I'm really, really thankful for that. Because sadly, there are some kids and adults even who get to, no, you could
Yeah.
never do that.
Yeah.
Or, oh, it's such a slim
Oh,
chance,
for sure. Yeah.
you know. But while I was working at KSC, I mean, what was I doing? I was getting space shuttles ready for astronauts to fly.
Right.
And I started to meet and see a lot of astronauts coming through. And maybe I was slow, but I realized, wow, 99.9% of an astronaut's job is not flying in space. It's
Right.
down here on Earth. And at least 80% of that was a lot like what I was already doing as an
Really?
engineer. So I'm like, maybe I could do this. Maybe I could think about it. And it really took a couple of people that I considered to be mentors that I worked with at Kennedy and just asked them, what do you think about this? And thankfully, they didn't discourage me.